What is up, guys? We are back here with another video. It's been a long time. Tons of updates for me personally. I have a new shop. I'm not sure if I've showed you guys this before, but pretty cool. We call it the Hangar, and maybe in another video, I'll show you what I've done so far. You can see we've done some pallet racking for a ton of storage. We have obviously the Banshee here. We just bought the Red Star, which is an electric bike. And then we have the CRF450X 09. And I just wanted to do a quick video because I bought a few things from Rocky Mountain ATV. The bike has been running phenomenally, and it's just time to do a little bit of maintenance. So I could probably go over some of the upgrades that I've done. And what I have here is mostly maintenance stuff. I do have one thing coming. We'll do a full video on it, but it is a new decal set. So this one, pretty torn up, pretty outdated. Wanted to modernize it a little bit, but I wanted to show you guys what I got here, and then we'll probably record, talk to you about the 450X, because I know there's a lot of 450X fans out there. We'll do some more videos on the Banshee, and then if you guys care, we'll talk about the Red Star. But let me know, you 450X guys, what you think. So I got a few things in here. We'll pull them out one by one. So first thing, we have a new sprocket. Wow, this thing is beefy. It is a 49 tooth, I believe. So I think stock is 51 tooth. I've done 48. 49 is good, just to get a little bit more top end. Pretty stylish. Looks kind of like the Renthal ones. Renthal's like $200, wasn't gonna spend that. This was, I think, a third of that price. So pretty good deal. Looks like it's steel, but had some pretty good reviews. We'll talk about that. Primary drive, everything will be in the link. Next thing that I got was a new chain. So I got the gold chain. That should look really nice on the bike, so I'm excited about that. We went with Tusk. Tusk, I usually have pretty good experience with. Nothing that's been like bad quality. I have a lot of Tusk parts on the Banshee, some Tusk parts on the 450X. Sometimes you could find the same exact part on Amazon, and it's just not labeled Tusk, but overall good quality here. We got some new grips. Now these are the lock-on grips, so I'm curious on how these work out. Let me know if you guys have ran these before. Usually, I usually just do the glue with the wire. That works pretty well, but didn't feel like getting the glue everywhere. And then these look nice. You can see they're the half waffle ODI, and the red is a nice color. Good grips, ODI. We're gonna do an oil change. So got myself some filters. This package when it arrived was damaged, so hopefully there's nothing missing here, but everything looks fine. Okay, we have that. For some reason, unfortunately, it's leaking from the drain bolt on the oil, so we're gonna change out the washer, put a new bolt in there and see if that fixes the leak. Now, the last thing that I added to the checkout was this competition Tusk clutch kit with the springs, heavy duty springs. So that clutch has been on there for a while. I've done a ton of riding in the desert, in Baja. It's got, I don't even know how many miles or hours, but pretty sure it needs a new clutch. So Tusk again, quality could be there, could not be there. The reviews I've read online, I typically do a bit of research to see what other people are running. They've had a good experience. Typically, I probably would have went OEM. I haven't opened up the clutch cover yet. I bought this bike a while ago, during COVID, and needs a new clutch. So we're gonna install that. I have the manual there. It's not that hard. I've seen some videos. We're gonna do a transmission oil change anyways. We'll pop off the cover, take everything out, put these discs back in. It should be pretty easy. So that's what we got. And I'm just gonna take you guys along and we'll do everything on the bike. Okay, really quick, just a close up. You can see the bike is here. I did a light wash on it a couple days ago. We're gonna have to get some new tires. You could see the sprocket. That's probably a good sign. It's time to change the sprocket. Probably some premature wear due to the chain. This chain is cooked. That's gotta go. We're probably gonna do a full video of all the upgrades that I have because I love these pegs here. These are Tusk, these are replaceable teeth. Huge fan of these. You can see from the graphics and decals, these are also cooked. I like the graphics, but I think it's more of like a 2010-ish vibe. I wanted to update the look here. What up? Grips, half waffle, also cooked. Those got to go. And then, yeah, so let's go ahead. We'll start taking apart some of the stuff and then I'll update you guys through the process. All right, fellas, a little quick update here. So when you start working on a 09 dirt bike that has a few seasons on it and you start digging into things, you find other things. So quick thing, I got the lock-on grips. Grips are cool. However, just so you guys know, if you are to get the ODI lock-on grips, the throttle side is it's not a grip, it's the full throttle assembly, or just the throttle. And it has a few different cambers or molds that fit your specific bike. So if you don't feel like changing out and taking this apart, I would not suggest getting these ODI grips. Whatever, I'm gonna try it out. We'll see how it goes. What I am gonna do is, these are the CR High Pro Taper bars. Really like these bars. They feel really good riding in the desert and just all around. What I did notice is they're a bit wide. And when they're a bit wide, you have a little bit less control. Turning, long distance straightaways, you have more control. It's like you're doing a push-up. Wide versus short, just control overall. Now I feel like it's a little bit too wide, so I want to make sure that I have good control both long speed and in the tight stuff. So I am going to cut the both ends off just a tad, and the easiest way I found to do this is just getting a tubing cutter. So I'm going to try this out. Should be pretty clean instead of having to take like a hacksaw. This should be pretty easy and simple, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We are actually going on a trip this weekend, so the air filter is getting cleaned. I somewhat mounted, I put the new chain on, so we have the gold chain. We have the new sprocket. Sprocket was cooked. However, I noticed that my chain guide block here, there's no more of the plastic, so I ordered a new one of those. Now I'm not gonna set the chain in until I know this could slip in. I don't know if it slips in or if it has to slide through with the chain, so I'm just gonna leave that off for now. Cleaned up the bearings and the wheel. What else did we do? And that's pretty much it for now. We're gonna go ahead and oil up the filter, put the grips back on, cut the bars, then put the grips back on, and we'll give you another update here in a bit. All right, guys, time to wrap up this video. We did all the work on the bike except replacing the clutch. So we actually put all the parts that we put on the bike and put them to the test, because we did do a trip to Baja. We went from Ensenada to Colonet and back. We left from Ensenada, made our way to the coast. So south of Ensenada, made our way to the coast through a canyon, and then rode the coast all the way down. It was pretty badass. So definitely put all the parts to the test. So we can go ahead and get started from the top. ODI grips, really like them. The lock-on feel, they weren't moving around. The throttle side felt good. And so what I did do was I cut down the bars because when you shorten the length of the bars, you actually have more control during turns. Wider is better for, straightaways, but it's important that you have a comfortable feel. So a lot of riders do shorten their bars a bit. That changed the geometry a little bit, so I had to move the starter button to the left side because the brake was hitting this throttle tube right here. So overall, really like the grips on the bike. ODI feels really good. The wear is minimal. I probably had, at least 12 hours of ride time this weekend. Baja Design's light, we didn't talk about that, but installed that. That worked really good. Looks really clean as well. Chain, Tusk chain, if you guys remember, looks good. So it's gold, but after your first ride, that sort of goes away. Sprocket is also from Tusk. That looks really good. Usually if there was major wear, you would see some of these teeth looking sloppy. We did order the chain guard because our chain guard block was cooked. So we changed that out. Air filter was cleaned up, and that's real dusty. We're gonna have to wash that out. Overall, everything else worked great. Don't think I'm forgetting anything else. You could see the tire here. Definitely time for a new tire. I would have put one on for the ride in Baja, but anytime you go down there, you're riding on the street, hard packed sand. So the tire that you ended up buying brand new is pretty much done and needs replaced anyways. So yeah, overall, bike ran fantastic. Really liked the suspension, felt good. I have that done by AHM. I got the bar risers, the Scots, I got the radio connection. So bike ran phenomenally. That's a CRF450RL. We could do a review of that one, but overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's some quick upgrades for the bike. We could do another video showing you everything else I have, so good stuff. Peace.